connection is fairly good. There we go. Okay. How interesting. Oh, wow, that's cool. Well, hey, everyone. Welcome to Friday night. It's time for a live draw. I'm looking at, I don't know if this, oh, that's interesting. Okay. Some controls in my streaming program that I don't know if this was always like this, and I just didn't know about it until now. But apparently, the eyeball that tells me how many people are watching, if I hover over that eyeball, it tells me where the viewers are coming from. So I've got one person on Facebook looking at me right now. That's kind of cool. That might have always been the case, and I just didn't know. I didn't bother to roll my mouse over that icon. Well, I feel silly. Oh, well. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Friday. It's the first Friday of September 2024. It's time for another live draw. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for joining me tonight. I've got some generic music that shouldn't have any issues. This is from, I believe, the YouTube music library because, yeah, last week I played some music that I thought maybe would be okay. No, I got a slap on the wrist pretty good. So I think that's like 2 weeks in a row now that I've played music that's gotten me flagged. All right, well, we got to stop that happening. That's just all there is to it. There's no call for it. There's no call for it. So what's been going on? Well, believe it or not, you may believe it because it's been like this for 3 weeks now. I am still working on scene 23. But since we last hung out together, I completed all the rough animation for New Guy in scene 23, which is pretty great. And so then you may be wondering, well, what are you doing? Why are you still in the scene? Well, it's because this is a 2-character scene, and I've got the tech gal. She's off to the side, and while she doesn't have like a major role in this part of in this particular scene, she still is on screen. And so I've been trying to figure out what I wanted to do with her. I knew I wanted her off to the side. I just wasn't sure if I wanted her to just be like a stationary drawing that just sort of blends in with the background, or if I wanted to put her into some sort of loop, that's what I settled on. I ended up deciding I'm going to put her into some kind of a loop. So, gosh, my connection keeps saying it's unstable. I wonder if it's because I've got a video paused in the other room. Huh. I'm just gonna watch that connection tonight and see what's going on. But anyway, so I've decided I'm gonna have her off to the side doing some kind of like a looping animation, and then maybe transitioning into another looping animation, and then perhaps coming back to the first looping animation. What she's doing is not incredibly vital to the scene, but I don't want her to become just a static image. So that's been a challenge, is trying to figure out like what's the right way to handle this, so that she's doing something, but she's not distracting from New Guy. So, but before all of that happened, basically what I decided was I wanted to have some kind of an intro with just her, and kind of have her moving around and going from behind the desktop computer, and then like grabbing a can of compressed air, just like I'm going to do right now. Like this can of compressed air, and then I've got her like doing one of these things and kind of being partially blocked by the computer in front of her, and then she's like doing this sort of thing. So I've been working on that the last couple days, and I've got this stack of drawings over here. Let's see if I can actually like. I don't know if I can get this to. I always try to do one of these flips on screen for you guys, and it doesn't always work, but let's see if I can. I don't know. I can't really do it, but Let me try to move the paper a little bit, see if I can make this flipbook situation happen. Well, you can kind of see some movement. Okay. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on, and that and finishing up all of the stuff for New Guy in this scene. So I was hoping to be wrapped up on this scene by today. I'm not. I still have more to go, but I don't feel like I have a lot more to go because I have the lead in already done. Now I'm just trying to create the looping animation that can play the rest of the time of the scene. And then when that's done, and that shouldn't be all that many drawings. I was working on that today. I actually have like a few of them right here on my board. So like these are images of her using the spray. It looks like they're identical, but they're not identical. But so I've got that going. I just need a few more, and then when that's done, I'm going to draw the oscillating fan from the previous scene, scene 22. I'm going to draw it again from a different angle, and then this is the only two scenes where that fan appears. And then that's it for scene 23. It's taken me like a month. I've been working on this scene for a month. I thought last week that it was only going to be 11 and a half seconds. And, oh, hey, Amber's here. Amber B. What's up, Amber B? Can't stay long, but wanted to stop in and see what you're up to and say hi. Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. Haven't seen you on the channel in a while. So, yeah, so that's what I'm working on is sort of the ending of scene 23. And thank you for the heart. Oh, I guess I can like hover over the heart and it tells me who did that. So thanks to Victoria Goodman for that. That's from Facebook. That's pretty cool. Much obliged. Okay, cool. I didn't know I could hover over these things, and maybe I couldn't until tonight. I don't know. But that's pretty cool that I can do that now. So tonight I'm just going to do some more of these frames of the tech gal as she's spraying compressed air on the back of this desktop computer. You know, maybe she's probably repairing a desktop and probably dusting it off. And, you know, we don't really know. It's not important to the story, but it's something that she is just working on. Oh, see, another person gave me a heart. And does it say who? It says, okay, Eden Kimbrough, thank you so much for that. Yeah, this is kind of cool. I didn't know I could hover over these things all this time. That's really awesome. Okay, one person is on YouTube and 3 people are on Facebook. That's kind of cool. That's awesome. All right, well, let me go ahead and rotate my camera. Before I get started drawing tonight, and I've been drawing all day, by the way, so I'm sort of like not super eager to do more drawing because I've been kind of staring at it all day. So I'm just going to take a minute, I think, to center myself. Do I have any water? No, of course I didn't plan for that. That would have been smart. Hey, Samantha Roby over on Facebook gave me a heart. Thank you. That's so cool. I wonder like how long of a list that would allow me to read all the names. That's kind of crazy. All right. Well, anyway, so earlier today, I don't know if you guys were, paying attention in the last few weeks, but this pin is almost ready to be shipped out. This is my brand new glow-in-the-dark brain pin. I'm pretty excited about it. It's the first pin I've done that has a back stamp. You can kind of see the Retail Sunshine logo there, right? But as I'm trying to get that to focus, doesn't really. There, you can kind of see that. So, so this pin, I announced it a couple weeks ago, and then I sort of went quiet on it just because I was waiting. I like sometimes when I design something, I need to step away from it for a little bit. And what I'm referring to is not the pin. I'm referring to the card stock. And so I designed the card stock, but I didn't want to rush into anything. So I took like a week or two away from it to just not look at it at all. And then I picked it up again today, and I said, all right, I got to get this thing done. So I finalized the card stock, made a few changes on that, and then I went ahead and called that in to my printing company and ordered those today. And when I say card stock, what I'm referring to is like this is a previous pin, and you can see like how it's attached to a card, and it's in like a plastic thing, right? So these brain pins are going to be set up the same way. They're going to be attached to a card, and they're going to be in a cellophane bag. So I went ahead and called my printing company today, and I ordered 100 card stocks, and those should be here by the 18th of this month, which means as soon as I get those, I can start shipping orders out. So if you're wondering how to get one, you can either message me privately or you can just go to philmachi.com, and I created a little like link there that allows you to use Venmo. And it includes shipping, so don't worry, it's just like a flat rate for the whole thing. Brains. Yeah, so I'm gonna have those. Well, let's see. Today's the 6th, so 12 days. I should have them in 12 days. That's pretty cool. It might happen sooner than that. We'll see. And then I'll ship those out as soon as I get them. So everybody will get theirs. Everyone that pre-ordered will get theirs before Halloween. I'd like to have them shipping by the end of September. That's the goal. So that's happening. That's a thing that's happening. And what else is going on? That's kind of it. That's kind of the main deal. So I guess I'll go ahead and close my bathroom door. Forgot to do that. No one wants to look inside of a bathroom. That's kind of weird. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tilt my camera around and turn the music up, and I'm going to get a little bit of drawing going. As always, this is a live video experience. So if you're wondering what the heck's going on, I'm animating a cartoon one frame at a time. And I do it all throughout the week, but for once a week, I do it on YouTube for an hour. And, and then you guys sometimes hang out and put your questions and comments on screen. And, and that's it. So thanks to everybody who's hanging out with me. I'm going to be getting a little bit of work done in this next hour. All right. And this time I'm not going to get flagged for music because I made it a point to not use anything tonight that would get me in trouble. Let's see here. Let's take a look at what's going on with that. What's going on with that? Okay, so I've got that much leeway. Got a little bit of leeway there. All right, so she can move that up there. The frames I'm working on right now are not really in full view. She's kind of being obstructed, but I have decided that I'm going to draw them a little more fully than necessary, because in order for me to make sense out of it each frame, I need to know what I'm like comparing it to. And if I just draw part of it, it makes it a little harder for me to wrap my head around the character herself. So I've been drawing like all of her, or at least all of her torso, and then just she gets cut off. But it's just easier for me than having to have like draw partial faces and animate partial faces. Love the shirt. Appa needs a little spunky shirt. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. Big Rocco's Modern Life fan. Hey, thanks for the heart, Amy Shimmerman. Thanks so much. See, now I can thank people. Now that I know I can roll over reactions and I can roll over like who's watching. It doesn't tell me who's watching. It just tells me where they're watching. So, hey, it's Bayou Bomber. Yo. Have not talked to you in a while. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for hanging out tonight. All right, so we're going to do It's so funny because like this is pencil test stuff, and so some of these drawings I'm not like super in love with, but I can always clean them up later. But what's funny is they're working well enough. Like she's obstructed by a giant box essentially, and when I go back and I play it, it looks fine. So I'm trying not to get too precious about it because I'm like, no, it's only part of, you're only seeing part of it. Oh, you've been sick for the past couple of weeks. Oh no. Dead in the bed the past couple of Fridays. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you start feeling better. Maybe you already are starting to feel better now that you're here. Oh, that sucks. Being sick is the flipping worst. So I've got her using this compressed air can, and I'll probably do some kind of a label on it. But that's going to be later on. I'm not messing with all that stuff right now. I'm just, putting down basic shapes. Better, all things considering. Okay, well that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for letting me know. Hey, thanks for the like to Greg Dorchak over on Facebook. Appreciate that. Oh, this is great. I love that I can see who's giving me like likes and stuff now. Oh my gosh, that's such a aid. I really appreciate the assistance. I don't know if it's been possible this whole time. I feel like such an idiot if that's the case. Oh my gosh, I could have been thanking people this whole time. This week I've been thinking a lot. I'm always thinking a lot, but this week I've been thinking a lot about like perspective, and I don't mean perspective drawing. I mean like when we accomplish something, are we allowing ourselves to celebrate the wins? Are we allowing ourselves to even acknowledge that we did something? I personally I struggle with that quite a bit. I find that like the minute I complete something, it's out of sight, out of mind, and all I can think of is what have I not done next. It's really bad. So I've been working on that all week, or I've been thinking about it all week and trying to work on it. So it's been kind of rough. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm really enjoying drawing this new character. This character is, I call her the tech gal, and she works at the front of the store, and she repairs computers and stuff like that. And I think the only time I've ever really put her in anything like official, she appears in the background in one of the pages of orientation, and then she was also in one of the Best Buy murals I did in Ohio. She's still on the wall in Ohio, but she really hasn't appeared in any comic strips that I've done. But that's because she came a little bit later in the series, and I don't know. I just never found a place to work her into things. So I decided when I was writing this scene that she was going to be the character I would feature, and I like that. I want to have a little bit more. I want more than just like a sausage fest. You know what I mean? I like to have a little bit of variety in my characters. If I can make it happen. Bring in some of the ladies now and then. She's kind of fun because she's got a I spend a lot of time on expressions. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed that. I'm saying that sarcastically. I spend a lot of time on expressions, and I love doing that. But she's very non-expressive, and that's actually been kind of fun as a contrast because in this scene, she's in the same shot as New Guy, who is just like acting like a mad person. So to have those two characters on screen together in such a contrast is really kind of fun. What's Eden saying? I like to celebrate wins by roaming the aisles of my local bookstores. Absolutely. Boy, I'm getting some weird connection dropping issues. I'm sorry if that's if anybody else is noticing that tonight. I had an interesting question posed to me this week. I won't say who asked me, but the question was, how do I decide what my character is going to be doing? And that's a really good question. I spend a lot of time just making decisions and sitting here staring, and I feel like I waste a lot of time doing that, but I'm really just going through my head and going through like scenarios and just seeing how that feels. Because I feel like once I commit to an action, I don't want to start drawing and then not, and then change my mind. So I do spend a lot of time on that. I set up this playlist that's playing right now a while ago, and I thought I would use it a lot more, so I'm probably going to start using it more. But I like putting variety as well, so I've been trying to do other things. Unfortunately, those other things are getting me flagged, so I have to be careful. I'm probably going to be playing this playlist is going to get played a lot more, I think. Hopefully it's good enough that nobody has too big of a problem with it. I'm also just trying to remind myself to have some fun and just see what I can do to make the drawings have a little bit more of a fun feeling to them. It's very tempting to want to dive in and do a bunch of detail work, and I struggle with that too. And I just have to keep reminding myself, like, this is just a character moving. This is not, it's a character off in the distance in a sense. So I don't need to be getting too stuck into the weeds on it. But it's very easy to want to do that. So this is just another. So I'll just show you what I'm working on, just to give you an example. I'm just going to do a number of these tonight. Let's see if I can kind of see her moving, right? Gosh, it's so hard for me to do that. Or if I can do it this way. I'm just going to try to do, let's see, can I do this? Yeah. She's just going to be spraying this back of this computer. There you go. And then the plan with this is to create a loop that I can kind of have playing in the background. And because most of her is covered up, it shouldn't be that distracting. Because the focus of this scene is not her. But I do need her to be there. Probably should do some kind of in-between on those. Let's grab this one out of there. Let's grab both of these out of there, actually. Sounds like a ringtone. What size animation paper am I using? Is it 10 field or 12 field? It is a 10 field. I chose that because I have a standard scanner. I don't have a ultra large scanner. I tried for a long time to look for an ultra large scanner, and they do not make those things very easy to acquire anymore. And when you do find them, they're kind of too large, and they're thousands of dollars. Scanners are weird. It goes from like a few $100s to like over $5,000 for, I guess, because they consider it large format at that point. So I ended up going 10 field so it would fit the scanner. Yeah. I have a bunch of 12 field from when I was a kid, and I was going to try to use that for this cartoon. I was like, wouldn't it be great if I could use the animation paper that I had since I was like 8? Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, it was not to be. I recently discovered 10 field, so much better than 12. Yeah, I really like it too, actually. It's easier to manage. I think it's easier to manage. So, you know, I stumbled upon it based off of my circumstances. But if I'm being honest, like, I'm kind of really glad that I did, because it's not overwhelming. And I think 12 field can be very overwhelming. There are times when I wish I was working on 12 field when I'm making like a background. But what I end up, I don't know how much of a difference it makes. What I end up doing is I just like stitch together 2 pieces of the 10, and I just make like a ultra long page and just stumble through that as best as I can. So for us noobs, what's the difference between 10 and 12? Literally 2 inches. That's the difference. It's a piece of paper that is 12 inches versus 10 inches. It refers to specifically, where's my ruler so I can, do I have my ruler nearby? Oh yeah, there it is. So if I pull this up here, right? So we've got like, that's 11 inches there. And this is 8.5. So it's 8.5 by 11, but it's called 10 field. I'm wondering if it's because of the diagonal. No, it's not because of the diagonal. I don't know, but it's just called 10 field and 12 field. So there you go. There's the answer. Yeah, 8.5 by 11. There you go. Thank you, Bayou Bomber. 12 field. I have it here. I have some 12 field. Maybe I'll dig it out someday. Or do I have it in my? Wait, hold on. Let me check. I thought I had it over here. No, I put it away in storage. I put it in storage. So, I do have some 12. I have a big old stack of 12 field. I put it away because I couldn't use it, and there was no reason to keep it sitting out. Maybe one day I'll dig it out, just for the purposes of this conversation. Recently, ordering it became more expensive, and I asked the animation company that I order supplies through what was going on with that. Why are we charging more money for it? And they said because there was a plant that supplied people with paper, and I think one of them closed down. One of the factories that produces this stuff closed. I want to say it was during the pandemic. And so So now that one of them closed, I guess the demand is a little bit different, and so they're charging more money. If I had known that was going to happen, I might have ordered an extra ream when I first got started doing this last year. I might have had the foresight for that, but I did not. I also just don't have the ability to predict the future, so there's that. When I was talking about this scene last week, one of the thing, who's my supplier? My supplier is Lightfoot Limited. I forgot the name for 2 seconds. It's printed on my board. Lightfoot Limited. But Lightfoot Limited, there's like two different companies with the same name. I don't remember why they have two different companies with the same name, but there's like two different names for the same supplier. But Lightfoot Limited is who I got this light board through. This was like a custom light board that they only had a few left, and I ordered it. I think they had like 3 left, and I bought that last year. And then I bought 1 ream, and then I bought 2 more reams this year, and I am already on to my second ream of the 2 that I ordered this year. So by the time the end of this year gets here, I'll probably be ordering more paper. At the rate I'm going, I'm already well over 1,100 frames, but it's not 1,100 frames in the animation. It's 1,100 pages, and the difference is because if I have a scene where there's 2 characters on screen together, obviously that's 2 drawings of paper. But when I smoosh those drawings together in post-production, that becomes 1 frame, right? So I've done more drawings than there are frames. But as far as frames are concerned, it's already over 1,100. So I know I've done probably closer to 1,200 actual drawings. And I think last week I was talking about, let me open up my timeline here. Last week I was talking about this scene and how I thought it was going to be 11.5 seconds, and how originally it was planned to be 15 seconds. Well, if I look at my keyframe, or my time code, right now it's sitting at 3:04:19 for when this scene starts, and where it ends is 3:19. So from 3:04 to 3:19, right? So that's 15 seconds. I don't know if that's like the final measurement, but my original thought was this was going to be a 15-second scene. Then last week I was like, nope, it's going to be 11.5, and now it's back up to 15. So I don't feel too terribly bad that this has taken me a month to work on, because I've been averaging 12 seconds per month. And if I've got a 15-second scene and I've done that in about a month, then that's fine, you know. So I'm trying to go easy on myself a little bit and not have too much pressure. Some people have asked me what my timeline is. I don't really have a timeline. The reason why I put pressure on myself is because a project with this like enormity is incredibly hard to move forward if you don't have some kind of like mini goal. Like each week you've got a goal, and each month you've got a goal. It's hard to keep moving if you don't have that. So I set up little goals for myself. They're arbitrary goals. I don't have to reach those goals, but aiming for them gives me some momentum, and then that helps me to keep going forward. And then before you know it, you've got a scene completed, and you're like, oh my gosh, now I'm so excited, I want to go to the next scene. And that's how I do it. That's how I self-motivate. Capna, hey, what's up? I just saw you on my recommended. I've never seen your work before. Well, hello, welcome. I appreciate you being here. I'm Phil. I'm animating a traditional cartoon on paper, frame by frame. I've been working on it, been drawing this cartoon since last year, but I wrote it in December of 2020, and it's based on my comic strips that I've been drawing since 2008. So these are longtime characters for me. I've spent a lot of time with them. I decided to finally animate them into what will probably be a 7-minute cartoon when everything is done. But once a week, I do this live stream where I explain my progress and I show a little bit of flipbook stuff. And then people ask me questions, and yeah, so that's it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. And apparently, I can see Phil Fallway and Consuelo Herrera and Rachel Meinke have all given me hearts on Facebook. Thank you so much for that. If you're watching on YouTube, I would really love it if you could give me a like on this video and subscribe, because then you can always know when my next video is going to be, and other people can find me as well. Thank you, Consuelo. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, so back to this frame. It's nice to have so many people here on a night when I've been drawing all day, so I'm like, my brain's a little fried, just a little bit. I turned on Notice too. I'll be on the lookout. Thank you. Yes, Friday night live streams. I'm in the Central Time Zone, so it's 9 p.m. for me. I don't know where you're located, but it's 9 p.m. Central. I moved it to 9 last week because it just seemed like that was the best time for people to show up. So, yeah. So Friday nights, sometimes I put other videos on my channel. I make other videos as well about animation, but mainly these days my video content is live stream related. But however, if you're into other stuff, I've interviewed a lot of people in the animation industry through my podcast, Stay Tuned, which you can listen to it wherever you get your podcast, but it's also available on YouTube. So if you enjoy that kind of thing, there's a lot of episodes of Stay Tuned. I think there's like 50 episodes or something like that. Will Stay Tuned ever come back? I don't know. Maybe. I never officially canceled it. I got pulled into this project, and this takes priority. For me, this is more about making art, and I love Stay Tuned, but Stay Tuned is, it's an interview show, so it's not. I mean, there's an art form to interviewing, there's an art form to podcasting, but I don't get the same level of fulfillment from podcasting as I do actually animating. So I would much rather be doing this full time, if I'm being honest. Now, maybe someday I'll have time that I can do both, and that would be really great. I would love to do that. Put out a podcast episode every now and then. I've really been fortunate to speak with some of my childhood heroes doing Stay Tuned, and so it's really it's one of my most favorite things that I've been able to do. So it doesn't mean I don't want to keep doing it, but you have to kind of pick and choose sometimes, where your time gets invested. I don't love that, but that's the reality of it. I'm not really gaming right now. Aside from Pokemon Go, I'm not really gaming very much at all. And when I unwind, I'm typically watching some kind of video or movie or whatever, YouTube video, or I watch a lot of game shows. That's the thing I do. I don't know. It's not super exciting, this life I lead. It's a lot of quiet reflection. But I love it. I love working on this film, and watching these characters come to life is just really great. Oh, I think I want to move that a little higher. I want to move that a little bit higher. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if we can do that. How far along in the animation are you? That's a great question. Well, I think when this, no, not I think, I know when this scene is done, when scene 23 is done, I will be over 2 minutes of just complete, like no opening credits, just 2 minutes worth of pencil animation. So I will, in theory, have another 4 minutes to go after that. I don't really know if that's accurate, but when I look at my animatic, that's what it shows me, is I've got like another 4 minutes to go. I don't know how that's possible, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. Some scenes, like scene 23, this is becoming one of the biggest like time sinks that I've had on the whole project. I've been working on this scene for a month, and but the scenes that come after it, like the 3 or 4 scenes that come after it that are part of the same sequence, they're nowhere near as long. They're going to be like 2 seconds and 3 seconds, nothing crazy. So, story wise, I will probably start to boogie oogie oogie real soon here. But this particular scene has been just a pretty big challenge for me. The hard part of this scene is over, so that's the good thing. Right now, I'm just kind of doing some background stuff, and I'm kind of a glutton for punishment because I really want it to look super, super high quality. I'm going for the kind of quality I'm going for, like theatrical animation. I don't know if I'm going to be reaching theatrical animation, but in my mind, that's the bar I'm trying to hit. And I find that if I keep shooting for that kind of a bar, then my results turn out really well. So that's pretty awesome. And I could be phoning it in on parts of this. I could be cutting a lot of corners. But I find that that doesn't make me feel very good. It doesn't make me feel like I'm doing anything worth doing if I'm just trying to get the scene done. Because what's the point? Just to have it done sooner? But for me, it's like I want to make something that when it's done, it's something that I want to go back and rewatch, and I would go back and be entertained by it. And I'm not going to have that effect if I'm just phoning it in. So a lot of sequences, I find myself adding added complications because I'm like, oh yeah, but wouldn't it be cool if I did this? Wouldn't it be more interesting if I did that? And then I go, yeah, it really would. And before you know it, I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So that's a little bit of my process. Hopefully that answered your question. And also, thank you for everybody asking questions tonight. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Kapna. Thank you so much. What's been awesome is there's been animation enthusiasts showing up to this, like animation students showing up to my live draws, and it's just been really awesome. If you're into this kind of thing, I would really recommend checking out Aaron Blaise. He's a former Disney animator and the guy that one of the directors anyway of Brother Bear, and he's a fantastic animator, and he does some live stuff too. And he also has art classes that you can get from his website. I don't work for him. I'm just saying he's great. I've interviewed him before, so I feel like I have a little bit of room to say that he's great. And then his brother Travis, he also does some live draw stuff, I think on Twitch. And so I would check out the Blaise brothers, Aaron and Travis. I would check them out. They're pretty great. And those guys both worked for Disney, and I have not worked for Disney. So, not to put myself down, but I'm just letting you know I'm like whatever one step above amateur is, because I have been paid to animate before, so I don't think I'm amateur anymore. But I'm also not like former Disney level. So whatever that level is in your mind, that's what I am. I don't know what the label of that is. If you have an idea of what I should be calling that, I'm open to hearing it. Semi-professional, I don't know. Semi-pro? What do you guys think? I don't, I'll tell you one thing that I don't like. I don't like when I meet somebody and they refer to what I'm doing as a hobby. And while I understand technically, I suppose you could say it's a hobby, I put full-time hours into this every week, every day, pretty much. So I mean, that may not, maybe it's still a hobby. I don't know. But like in my mind, once you start putting in like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 hours a week into something, then I don't think at that point, I don't think you're a hobbyist anymore. I think you're something else. Like all that's missing is people paying me, right? That's the only thing missing from this equation. Speaking of people paying me, look at that segue I just came up with. I've got channel memberships open now, and so if you are into that kind of thing and you want to throw me $1 every month or whatever you think is good, you can become a channel member. You can also be a patron of mine if you like. And to do that, you just go to retailsunshine.com, and I post some things there that I don't post anywhere else. I post some drawings, like some close-ups of things. I kind of make announcements there sometimes before I do anything on social media. So those guys get preferential treatment. Yeah, that works. It's fine. Again, I'm trying to not get too protective of this. I'm definitely falling into that category right now where I'm getting a little protective of it. But a lot of this is going to be obscured, so I really don't have to get too crazy about it. Indie Pro. Yeah, I like Indie Pro, Eden. You're a professional animator. Go with that. Victoria, that's good. Why would I complicate it? Why would I do that? Kapna says, I'm going to head to sleep, but I'll be in next week if you're live. Yeah, I'll be here. You're a cool dude. Good luck on your journey. Thanks, Kapna. You're awesome. I appreciate that. That's super nice. And thanks to Christy Kalin and Wayne Carnegie over on Facebook for tossing me a like on this video. I appreciate that. Well, I love that I can see who's doing that. I didn't know I could do that until now. Hobby? No, it's a lifestyle. Oh, I agree 100%. The other thing that's interesting about this project is I've animated before, but I haven't done anything this intensive and this elaborate. So I kind of feel like what I'm doing right now is going to be setting the ground rules for me on any kind of future project. And so a lot of what I'm dealing with is growing pains. I think of it as growing pains. And just sort of establishing like a basis. I forgot how good this little playlist is. I'm going to have to keep using it. These are all like royalty-free songs from YouTube, and when you're a YouTube creator, they let you use their royalty-free music library. And I combed their music library, and I grabbed like how many tracks did I grabbed? Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 18 songs, and these 18 songs are like, it's like perfect, and it's 53 minutes. It's like perfect. Hey Shay, what did you miss? You missed a lot of stuff. Animating this tech gal as she's spraying some compressed air onto the back of a desktop computer. I've got like, I don't know, 25 drawings of her. I've been working on her all day, the last couple days actually, and so I'm doing, whoops, that didn't work. And so I'm doing more of that tonight. You can kind of see her doing some things, right? Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm working on tonight. And then I just ordered the card stocks for the brain pins. For those of you who missed the beginning of my episode tonight, these pins, these glow-in-the-dark pins, are going to have a card stock that goes with, that they come like attached to, and I just ordered those today, and they should be here by the 18th. So I should have them in about 12 days or sooner, and that's pretty exciting. And then anybody that pre-ordered a pin will get it just as soon as I can. Once I get those cards in, I'll just put it together and ship them out. So you don't suck at all. You're amazing, Shay. You're one of my favorite people ever. Woot. Woot indeed. And I've just learned tonight that I'm able to, like, I can tell how many people are viewing on which platform and where I'm getting my likes from and where I'm getting like the hearts from. It's really awesome. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I'm super excited. So these pins are, first of all, they glow in the dark. Okay. Let me just do a little, like, I know I'm getting distracted from drawing, but I've been drawing all day, so go easy on me here. I'm taking it slow tonight. So look at that. It's better in the dark, but I don't know if I can. You can kind of see it's glowing, right? Yeah. Right. And then these are the first pins I've ever done that have the Retail Sunshine logo stamped in metal on the back, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, this is a pretty exciting pin for Halloween. I'm happy to be releasing that now. Thank you, Kristen. Appreciate that. Thank you, Shay. Yay, glow in the dark. I love it. Yes, me too. I love glow in the dark stuff too. Love the pins. Thank you, Kristen. Yeah, so it's going to be like this. Like, this was one of the other glow in the dark pins I did years ago. And this card is the same size as like a trading card or Magic the Gathering card or Pokemon card. So if you have a binder with sleeves, you can take the pin off and then save the card, and it'll stay in your collection of cards if you're into that kind of thing, or you can just throw it out. But I figured I would make it be the same size as a card like that, because then if people wanted to keep the artwork, they could have an easy way to store it. That was part of, actually, that was the main motivation why I did that. So the card stock for the brains I just ordered today, and that'll be here again in like 12 days. And then once those cards get here, I will attach these to the cards, and I will bag them up and send them out. And you can pre-order yours through me directly, or you just go to philmachi.com and you'll see a link right there, conveniently placed for your enjoyment. Okay. Oh, my music ended. Let me go ahead and start it up again. I forgot that I don't have enough for an hour. I probably should find one or two more songs just to be able to have plenty of music. So that's that, and then probably need to do a third one with her hand off to the side. So I'll do a third one. I'm going to pull this drawing out, and we'll get this set up for drawing number 3. I usually average like 3 drawings on a live draw, probably because I'm like talking with you guys, but you know, who's counting, right? Apparently I'm counting. Thanks for the heart, Shay. Appreciate that. Shay says, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Remember those ads from years ago? Was it like a beer commercial? Brilliant. I don't know, what part of our brain holds all the useless information about commercials from 20 years ago? Whatever part of the brain that is, I love that part of the brain. That part of the brain is okay by me. Shay's laughing. Brilliant! Love that. Oh, well, this is a good song. I didn't get a chance to make it loud enough earlier tonight, so I'm going to crank it up just a wee bit more. Gave myself a chance for some hyper focus to kick in. The song sounds like Blondie quit singing and her band just kept going without her. That's good. I have no problem with that. I'm gonna go a little longer tonight than usual. Just a little longer. All right. So lowering that down there. I think I'm good. I got 3 drawings done. I wasn't sure I was going to get anything drawn tonight because I've been drawing all day, and I was sort of like ready to be done for the day. But I said, what the heck? I'll do a live draw and see if I can knock some stuff out. Lo and behold, I did. So, all right. Well, that's going to be it for tonight. I usually try to keep it to an hour. Sometimes I go over a wee bit, but thanks for being here tonight. Whether you're new to the channel on YouTube or checking me out on Facebook, I really do appreciate any and all support, whether that's a like or a thumbs up or a subscribe or all 3 of those things. And all the comments are great too. Thanks so much for that. Hello, Frank. Frank came in right at the end. So I will see you guys next week. I'm hoping by then I will be done with scene 32. I don't know if I will, but I think I probably will because I'm looking at what I got done tonight, and I'm pretty sure I have enough here that I can create some loops that will last about 8 seconds roughly. And if I can do that, if I can pull that off, then I think I will just loop her doing the little spray can thing just a wee bit. Nothing wrong with a good loop if you can make it work. And until next week, you guys have a great weekend. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next time.